What's going on? Freaky Friday, man. Not much around here, just painting some chit. Cleaned that all up yesterday, the top end at least. Had to go under and do some of the side over here. Yeah, I missed a spot. That's okay. That was that 2000 degree primer that I shot it with on the top and stuff. Didn't get that top little manifold piece that you guys seen me cleaning up. I just did that with regular primer, and you could probably use regular primer on this, but I use that heavy stuff. That heavy stuff's more for like turbos and shit, but I used it on this just because, and then I'll probably go over it with another coat of regular automotive primer just for shites and giggles. Still need to do the oil pan, not a big deal. Had to clean up some of that stuff, and I still need to get a little bit of that stuff. I'm using that thinner to take that stuff off because it just seems to be working better than trying to scrape it. And I'm so tired of busting my finger right there. See that? See that right there? Every time I'm bonking that thing on stuff, and it's just pissing me off. So I'm done with it. Probably done for the day, man. I've been working day and night for too many weeks, and I don't even count them anymore, but I just need a day. I mean, I kind of got a late start anyways, because last night I was doing stuff so late the last 2 nights, and I was like, you know what, piss on it. Just gonna creep around. Ran up to Circle K and dropped 90 gallons in Frank so I can keep the shit going this weekend, because it's supposed to be a bomb cyclone this weekend, just like last week was supposed to get some shit. Probably get this shit though, because it's supposed to be snow and like gusts to 31 miles per hour, 35 miles per hour wind, and -5 wind chills, I think, down here. So should be a good time. Another fun weekend. But I mean, if it does snow, I'm getting that out and I'll cruise around. Still need to fuck with that, so I can fuck with that if I want to, because pretty much done with this. And you know, to be honest with you, it'd probably be easier if I just rattle can this than using a paint gun, because paint gun, I'm gonna be dragging a hose around. I'm gonna be trying to hit into here in certain spots, and I got that cup on the top, so I'm gonna be shooting stupid angles, then I might have some runs. So there may be, I might take it back and just get some rattle cans and do it with that. Probably that stuff, that magic, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm still undecided. It would be different if the whole thing was torn apart, but it's not, unfortunately, and I'm painting like this, so it's kind of a pain in the butt to paint things like this, but I'm okay with a can, and I should be able to do it good enough to where it's presentable, and that's all they're going for anyways. So I doubt they'd even care if I use rattle can on it, because they were impressed with this when I just shot that section of red with that silver, in the way that, you know, there was no overspray on this stuff, barely. And I mean, you can barely see a little bit of red from when I went around this, and I mean, it was damn near right to where it needed to be when I shot it. So whatever, we'll see. I'll talk to them, but they really don't give 2 shits about what I do with the truck, because they know that I know, at least that I think I know what I'm doing, even though I've done this before many times, and sexed up a few trucks. And like, it's not going to judge shows. It's not going to shows to be judged. It's just going for a conversation piece. And yeah, so yeah, looks cool. I mean, it's not going to be that brown, but oh well, it's not going to be the tan, the Cummins tan. It's going to be the Cummins red, because it's the Super 290, as Donald would say. Speaking of, got a hold of him today, talked to him. He's going to bring a couple 5 gallons of fluid for this and that. And then he's going to bring the socket that we need for that. Probably going to come over sometime Monday afternoon or something. He moves houses, so definitely going to get him on the channel to talk about what he does with his truck, and just the crazy things this guy does and builds to be able to do things. They literally, houses that the foundation has fallen in and off the cliff, they go, they dig them out, they jack them up, and they level them out. Or he's got this, it almost looks like a boom truck, and there's this huge steel beam that goes, basically one of these rides on the top of the truck that comes off with the beam or with the boom, and then they lay it on the ground and they stick it under the houses, and that's what they use as their main foundation to move houses and stuff like that. Huge one. So he's a very interesting guy, and he's super knowledgeable, and he's got about everything. So I'm like, right on, dude, let's let's fucking go is what I said. Let's do it. So he's excited. He is very appreciative and excited, and you know, just very humble and thankful to be able to work on this truck. Because when I called him, you know, he said that, and I said, listen, dude, I feel the same way about being able to work with you. So the feeling's mutual, and you know, we'll get along great because it's fine. I'm gonna learn a lot from the dude, so should be a good time. But yeah, once I get that stuff going and whatnot and taken care of, I'll be happy because I won't have to deal with this shit no more. And I'm tired of dealing with this shit, and this shit's going. So get rid of some shit and get some shit fixed so we can make our truck the shit, because that's what we want to do. We want our truck to be the shit.
On the show, on the Chad Teagan YouTube channel show.
These prop rivets here. Had to sorry, the heater just kicked on. Had to use the old cutoff tool and sand a couple down and shave them down because they just didn't want to come. Those international badges on the side came off. Those ones were somewhat of a pain in the ass. I still need to pop those out because those ones were like steel and they just didn't want to come off. They didn't drill very well with the aluminum. But just starting to get some of this stuff off, and that's the original red that you just seen there. So I got these things. It looks like somebody just painted right there with it on. I thought at one point somebody had drilled those out because there was a couple that were mucked up, but and two little screws were just set screws. I didn't realize. I figured this was like 3 pieces, but obviously it's not, because came off like this, and I gotta figure out how to get this to where it'll stay and not fall over on me here. So I may need to walk back over there and get like a bungee and something to set it on, if you know what I mean, because I don't want this thing falling over and going crash. Boom. Actually, I got some big cardboard they brought out to me yesterday. Go set it on real quick. If I can get the thing out, it's getting caught on stuff. It's coming apart. That's all I know. That's all there is to it. It is coming apart. Probably gonna stop right now because I want to get some pizza in order and eat some food. Yeah, I can sit there like that for a while until I figure something else out. They got some TVs we hung. It's Sunday church service, even though it's about close to 8, I think. I'll check the time real quick. Yeah, 7:21, so almost there. But this needs to come off, which hopefully these will just come off. I can feel them back here. This one's already loose, so I'm not worried about this. I just don't want that stripping out and having to deal with that. I'm gonna probably try to take them off by hand. Just drop them down, and then these, I do believe once I get this off, I can get my hand back here. Oh, I can feel this. There's 7/16s. No. This one has a bolt on it, I believe. I don't think the top one does. I can't feel back here, but when I could feel back here, bottom one does too. Yeah, the bottom one does. So does the top one. So I may need some help with that one. Wait till Noah comes back tomorrow Didn't really do shit other than that. Yesterday I cleaned up, which was boring. I didn't want to get you out. Late night Friday night out with the boys. Tracy's birthday. Yesterday I just cleaned this up, and then Evan's cousin came and he was going to polish the tanks. But didn't work out all the way we wanted it to. So he did get them both sanded down, and then I ended up giving him this to use and try, because he had never used one of those before. He had like a car polisher, so that one came out pretty nice with the kit. So I'll finish them up. I told him don't worry about it, because there was some scratches happening there that were fairly deep, and they weren't going to come out with the stuff he had bought. So I'm going to have to do this back, do this whole one, do that side, do that side, do this whole one. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with that probably, which is just gonna take me a little bit longer. Oh, this thing broke on him. This one did, because he was trying too hard. He's just trying too hard. Told him don't try so hard, let the machine do the work. But old Victor, I ever show you guys that? Look at that. That's a homemade scratcher thing I picked up. This was at the house when we moved in, and I just threw it out because it was broke. Then I tacked a bunch of little nails in there to scuff these up when it get all dirty like that. So yeah, that's what it is. But I have to take care of them, and wrote them down there: yellow, brown, purple, green, white, clean, which means you know, he was doing it, and I'm like, look dude, it's really not that bad. This old aluminum is extremely hard to do, so it's not a big deal. And there's a nice shine on that versus what they were when he first seen them. I'm like, yeah dude, don't worry about it. Don't even freaking stress about nothing, dude. Don't stress about nothing, because these old tanks are a pain in the butt to do. I've struggled with them on Frankie and the blue truck. You've seen that many times, but I never sand anything down, so maybe those will come out better since they're sanded, and then maybe I'll do that to Frank sometime. I don't know. I've never sanded in tanks like that, so, and done that. I've always just hand polished, and then I'll put the cordless buffer on and stuff. But we didn't put any cutting compound or anything like that on there. All he was using was those well, I mean the cutting compound from those, but like I'll put the Renegade Red on there since I'm out of the Zephyr Blue. I may order a bottle of Zephyr Blue, that way I can just use that. I think that's a deeper cut, is what the guy at Renegade told me, that the Zephyr Blue is a deeper cut than Rebel Red. So probably do that by hand. I mean, I'll give them a Neverdal polish too, and then just to pull. Neverdal pulls like all of the black grit out of the pits. I mean, I told him like, dude, they're not going to be perfect. I said, and I brought him out here this morning because he came over yesterday and he was doing stuff, and I had to stop him. I'm like, look dude, you're just going to kill yourself. You're not, you know, that what you're doing is not going to work for these tanks. And I just brought them out this morning. I said, as long as they look like that and they shine like that, that's all that matters. That's going to be good enough for us. That's fine. Obviously, they're not going to be all scratched up like Frank's are, you know, but I walk on this stuff and I could really care less, because it's a working truck and it's old. 1990, 2026. You can do the math. So, and these are even older. And the 83 tank from the blue truck that's on here on Frank's pasture side right here is even older, and I think it looks just fine. I could care less. I mean, yeah, it stains up and shit like that, but I don't get that ear buff kit out all the time and do that stuff. I don't have time. I'm too busy. And now I'm too busy doing stuff, other things. So may try to pull that grill off real quick and then see what's up. Just a couple 7/16s, probably get some lube on those. I think I've lubed them up before, but may throw some more lube on there. Got to clean up all my drill from my pop rivets, and then I'll clean those ones out when the time comes. I just want to start to get it ready for when I'm done. Oh, and I got to go up there and do those. And these ones right here are like, God, they're broke off. Whoever put those in didn't do a very good job, and they're like steel. And they're not drilling out, yeah, half the pop, the rivet. The end that you stick in the gun is sticking out on there. Like they didn't have it clamped tight when they did it, and it broke off halfway back. So I'll have to use the cutoff tool and be extremely careful. I just had 2 on 1, and I had bungee strap hooked into this hole, holding it up to here. I had the ladder pressed up against the front, holding it into here, because here's a hole that a bolt goes to and holds it, and there's the other one. So that's how it goes. Honestly, I thought it was all 3 like pieces. I figured it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, since these ones were their own separate pieces. But then once I got this off, I realized that, hey, that's together. So it was together, and that's what it is. But yeah, that's what's going on Sunday. I didn't paint anything yesterday because it was like 15 degrees and felt like 5 with a wind chill and 31 mile per hour wind. So I thought, yeah, there's no way that I'm painting anything that cold. So it's supposed to warm up midweek. Supposed to have Donald come over and help me that. So I'm going to be banging on different things, but I mean, I'm going to hold off the painting until later in the week when it's warmer. And it is supposed to rain one day, but it's supposed to be 55. So who knows what I'll do. I mean, I'll probably, you know, I can scuff this up and get it around, still some things. I could drop the cab, climb in the interior and start pulling shit out, because there's no way I'm driving that truck again with the interior mouse crap like that. And then for some odd reason he says, hey, we don't want you to drive the truck, we want somebody else to drive the truck. I'll say, okay, maybe I won't clean it out, because nobody seems to be concerned about the stuff with me. So I'm more concerned about their safety than mine at times. That's just the kind of guy I am. So yeah, those trim pieces are going to be a pain in the butt on the top, but I'm going to end up probably just roll gently. But I really can't get the cutoff tool in there, because I'm going to be catching this. God, this one's the same way. I may have to get some kind of see if I can't tap that through or something, like drill it out a little bit. But I mean, I was using the drill to obviously drill the rivets out, and then I'm using this diamond cutting bit to knock some of those down to where I'll smooth it out, and then I'd use the cutoff tool and smooth it out to where I'd put it next to where I could get the drill bit in there to where it'll go in and dig, because that pin is in there, if you want to call it that. I don't know what you call whatever you want to, but yeah, definitely not going to be done by Valentine's Day. I can tell you that much right now. I know that that was a big long shot, but I want the cab painted and I want the truck on wheels. Everything else I can do afterwards. I'm not really worried about it. It'd take me about a week to detail and finish some things out, but as long as the truck is painted yellow, the color they wanted, and the engine's painted red the way I want it, and the frame is painted black the way I want it, and those wheels and tires are mounted and put on the truck, and I have the tanks on and everything hooked up, the battery, so I can fire the truck up and move it. I want to be able to move it by Valentine's Day. That is my new goal. So still some things we got to get, still some things I got to order, still some things I got to think about, because I forget at times. Like old boy out here, Rob, he's getting ready to come in a little bit, so you get to meet him. We're going to sit in front of the truck and do some shooting, talking and stuff. He's an affiliate of theirs, so he come down for the weekend because he dropped off load, I think somewhere around Atlanta, and then he's got to pick up a load in Ringgold Monday, so he's been here all weekend pretty much out in the parking lot, and he's come in. I've let him in the building a couple times to use the facility and take a shower and stuff like that, because they do have a shower, but it's not for everybody. It's for like their affiliates and their employees and things like that. So yeah, because after business hours, when they leave, they lock the office, and usually nobody knows I'm here because I don't ever leave, and I don't have the lights on up in the office, so I don't let anybody in the building. But he's an affiliate. He helps them out and works with them, so I'll let him in when he wants to come in. And then he just been chilling out in his truck. He don't even care. He's like a night owl. He's up all night and then sleeps until like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But I mean, I don't go out and bug the guy, and he ain't out here trying to bug me, but I do let him in, you know, 9 o'clock. I had him come in yesterday and we hung out for a little bit. You know, shot the shit for about an hour and a half, and then tonight we're going to do the same. But I'm getting ready to go order some food because I need some food, and I want some pizza. I feel like pizza and breadsticks, so hopefully that's not too boring for anybody. But that's that. And I should have time-lapsed that, but honestly really didn't care. Sometimes I just do stuff because I feel like doing them because they need to be done and I've had some time to kill. So plus I want to start doing some of that body stuff so I can start filling some of those places that I need to and really see what what kind of chore I have here for painting this. I mean, that's going to be a pain in the ass because I can't get those wiper arms off because they're like corroded on and stuff. And I don't want to really damage the integrity of those bolts that are sticking out there. So it's what it is. I'll have to figure something out, I guess. Well, that looks a little different, don't it? I got that little green thing right there because I was under there and I was bonking myself on this when I climb out, so I stuck that on there. That's the only reason why there's green on this truck. Got all those off. Some of those pop rivets on the top. Somebody had done that before and had blown out. Those ones at the top were huge, so that's going to be fun. Fixing those when I have to. May have to stick something in there before I put the smaller ones in because I won't use the big ones if I don't have to, but if I have to, I will. I actually got those puck bolts I might use. I brought that kit too, so if I have to use those, I will. Rob's in here right now. He's getting some shots of Frank. Oh, Frank's dirty too, poor old boy. But he's cleaner. He's just dusty. He needs to go out and do some stuff, you know what I mean? So this guy comments on the channel the other day talking about, I'm going to be in Ringgold, Georgia. I'm going to come and show you how it's done working on the truck. And I'm like, I wake up to this comment. I'm like, dude, I don't even know you. You're not coming to the shop. So next thing you know, he comes strolling and I'm like, he seems nice, but he don't want to lay on his back on this concrete or anything. So he was like, you know, I was just messing with him. Like, okay, dude.
I had to mess with you because you were saying, well, you were like, you got to have your own. You don't have a YouTube channel. And I was like, I do have a YouTube channel and I'm showing up there. It was just dumb luck because I was coming in here. I was delivering right down in Dalton, Georgia. I had to pick up in Ringgold, well, tomorrow. So I had the weekend off. And Lombard had told me you were here working on this.
Yeah, what do you think about the clubhouse?
The clubhouse is awesome. I mean, this place is huge.
Yeah.
There's so much going on here. You can tell there's so much work going on with it.
Yeah.
And
what's your first impressions of the truck?
I love Transtar. Well, I love all cab overs pretty much. Although anybody who sees my channel, I'll talk about a truck. I'll be like, yeah, I really love that truck, and I'm like, I think I love them all. I don't know.
What's your channel's name?
Trucking Resources.
Trucking Resources.
Yep.
What do you talk about? Just anything and everything?
I do a lot of it on everything, but a lot of it I do on a regular basis is trucking history. I talk about trucking history companies. I'm about to start talking about deregulation, like from the start. Just I like history and like talking about the old companies, you know, and that. And like we just did some video of Frank and
yeah.
You know.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a driver. I'm a flatbed driver for Landstar.
What kind of truck do you have?
I have a 06 Peterbilt 379X.
Is that the short hood?
No, that's a long hood.
Okay.
Yeah.
What color is it?
It is black.
What size are your stacks?
7-inch.
I thought so. I thought they looked bigger than Frank's when I was out
That's
there.
factory on them.
Really?
379X came with factory 7-inch stacks.
Yeah, so he's basically parked straight out in front of the second door, basically in front of my truck. And when at night when I climb in the truck and the salamander's off, I can hear his truck idling. Just at idle. What are you idling around?
I just let it idle 600.
Okay, and I can still hear the rumble from those stacks, but I mean, it's like we're right by 75, so all I can hear is the traffic blowing by anyways. Oh yeah, it looks a little different, don't it?
Yeah.
I think I showed all that, yeah, because you were taking some video of Frank and I just talked about doing all that stuff. Yeah, I got metal shavings all over me because these rivets were such a pain in the butt to get out. I had to use the cutoff tool on a few of them and drill and tap the rest of them out, but it's all off, so
I'm so excited for mats.
some body prep work will probably be coming until Dono comes and does that, because until it warms up I can't paint, and I can't run a salamander and try to keep this shop at 80 degrees to, you know, 70, 68, 70 degrees to try to paint this. So, plus this is such a big place now. If I could get some Viz Queen and I had a man lift and I could drop it on there and cut some of this off just to conserve some of this area, I would, but I can't, so. All right, tell them see you, because we're getting ready to go.
All right, see you guys later. It was good talking to you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
make sure you go
Chad.
check him out. Super nice guy. Out all the time. He'll be at Matt's. He goes to shows all the time. He's around. He's got swag for the truck parking club. He also gives out little business cards if he sees your truck out at truck stop, puts it on his channel, because your truck might already been there. If you're a truck driver, if you have a truck, and if you're out on the road. If not, you're probably sitting at home in your mom's basement watching this on her cell phone plan, trying to type some snarky comment. And if you are, you can go truck yourself. Oh man, what's going on? Taco Tuesday, and I've just started to sand the cab down here because it needed sanded down with the orbiter. I tried to use red scotch just to scuff it up, but there's too much garbage in the paint. There's a lot of orange peel that was hidden you couldn't see, and from my recollection it looks like somebody just sprayed it with in a barn or something, because there's so much crap in here that's like hidden to the naked eye, and there's a lot of pitting. So I'm just knocking it down with I had some smooth fine 320, and then Tracy just ran me to her house because she's got some 600 grit all the way up to 320, and some of this stuff is fine, so if I need to, I'll use the 600 on some of the spots, and then the 320 is a little bit rougher than what I want to use, so if I need to, but I'm going to use that on some of this wood over here that I'm going to build the center console with. I think I've shown that before, but let's go over here because Tom, sales rep from PPG that is interested in JP's truck, just sent me some free products to try out. We got some urethane multi-panel clear, 2 gallons of this, 2 of this high temp activator, which is 1 quart, some tack rags, which are nice, but I did bring some, which is cool. And then it looks like 3, 4, 12 of this gun flush spray gun cleaner, which I have some, but I mean, that's cool that he sent me that, because I was talking to him on the phone, or I texted him. When I was talking to him on the phone, I was telling him about the spider gun that I use, and then he said, you know, do you want some clear? I've got some clear I can send you. And I said, sure, I'll take some clear. I wasn't sure. I don't know if I'm going to clear the truck or not, because I'm going to use a single stage probably. If I can get that from PPG in Rome. I do believe I've talked about that before, so I need to call them with the paint code so I can get that ordered by Friday, because Tuesday here next week it is supposed to be 68 degrees, so that's when I plan to shoot the cab. Unfortunately, I'm not going to hit my goal to have this thing done by Valentine's weekend. There's no way. There's just way too much stuff to do. I've been held up too much by different stuff. Every time I need to stop and do something or somebody comes back, I get distracted and then things go awire. I'm still waiting on Donald to come over and help me out with this, and it's Tuesday right now. This weekend I want to shoot this frame, so if I don't hear from him tonight, tomorrow I'm just going to end up taking the thing apart, and I'll go get the socket I need to get that nut off for that, and then because I need to get that shot, and I need to get that shot and wrapped up, and then I need to get this frame done, and I don't want to do that, but I mean, worst case scenario, I just I'll shoot the drum, and then we'll take it off, and if I have to spray rattle can over it, then I'll do it, because you know, I'm really not trying to do something by myself for the first time. But I mean, it sounds pretty simple. I just don't want to mess anything up and then have a bigger problem, because that's not what I don't like to fix my own problems, let alone somebody else's, if you know what I mean. So yeah, and you can see this original color in here, and this stuff that's kind of thin, but then that gray is the primer that they laid on before they shot over the original red. So, and there's runs all over the place, like right here's a run, and there was some runs up in the front, and then I need to figure out where all the dings and dents are on the chalk that I need to fill with body filler. The glaze is gonna go, you know, not necessarily so much in this spots, but like right here, there's a little spot that gets covered up by the trim piece. But in here, there's a there's a couple rough spots that somebody tried to use some Bondo and fix, and then didn't do a very good job. And over here there's a couple cracks and stuff that I found. I mean, you could see them, but I mean, to the naked eye you couldn't see them on camera unless you were up close and personal and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just trying to nitpick and stuff, and you can see probably the orange peel and stuff in here and how it's all nippled up and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to get it smooth, which is extremely smooth. Noah brought back that clear to me, and then I said, touch that and feel that, and he's like, oh my god. And I'm like, yeah dude. I said, then touch this stuff. So he felt the door, and then he felt that, and he's like, wow dude. I'm like, yeah. So should have this knocked out. I started on the ceiling yesterday. I do believe I talked about that because of this, having this to go up there when the cab was jacked up. So I got half the top done, good enough. But I mean, if I need to, I can knock some stuff down. There's my little light. I'm glad I got up there. I'm gonna have to take the panel out that I had above my head to remove the horn for when I'm painting. Those wipers aren't coming off unless I snap them, which I'm not going to, so I'll have to be super careful when I shoot around those. And then anything else, I took the little door off because it needs to be fabbed up a little bit, because there's one spot, let me walk down here, these are extremely steep and small, unlike those ones over there. There's one spot that rubs right here because on that panel, this is a slide section and it doesn't go over far enough, so I'm gonna have to notch those out a little bit to be able to slide that over to where it'll fit better, and fab that up some. And then all the trim's gonna need polished. All this stuff needs cleaned up over here, so, and painted. And I just went through this morning and made a big huge parts list for Rainey's, because Evan knows the is friends with the CEO over there, so we're just going to get everything from them, because that's what we're going to do for the truck. So yeah, like I need to I don't think there's anything I can do for this, and I don't want to go pounding on that to try to get it back into place. But like these, I'll fill in and try to smooth out anything like that. So I mean, it's going to have some character. It's an old truck. They're not too worried about it. They said if it looks like shit, we'll let you know, and they'll let me know. But I think they'll be happy when I'm done. Need to get my spotlight over here and set up, that way I can see when I'm over on this side, because obviously, as you can see, none of these lights work, and these ones kick off on me. So I'm gonna have the spotlight shining over there, and then that's why I have the little GoPro light up, so I can see. And then I need to put some masking on the windows, because I am gonna have to shoot some primer at some spots where you can see bare metal that's just come off, like in between there and up in here. There's some spots that were already chipped off, and then I unfortunately got through at a couple spots because there's some low and high spots with runs and stuff. I still need to cut those off and tap them out, because those are where they're going to go. And then I'm going to need to I may use the Huck gun and try to get a couple of those in there and just bolt those in, because those were super big rivets from somebody else doing this some other time, drilling them out, and that one is extremely big up at the top and too big, so I'll have to deal with that. But other than that, I mean, it's coming along. It'll get there. It's looking a little different, if you know what I mean, and that's fine. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that e-bike, and I mean, if you're interested, go get one of those, because that thing is super cool, and I can't wait until it warms up a little bit more next week and stuff. And then tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, Michael Lombard is coming here, and he's staying at the clubhouse because he's going to be trucking with a guy named Chris that they hang out with and are an affiliate with, and they're going to go to Vegas for a conference, so he's going to be here tomorrow. So maybe we'll throw that fifth wheel on, depending on how how quick I get the rest of the cab done. See that gap right there? That's the fresh air gap I was talking about. Yeah, you can see I've got fresh air coming through here all the time, so even when the doors are closed, got a buttload of fresh air coming in, so I can breathe fresh oxygen. All right, let's give you a quick update. Shot me a little tester spot, because I do believe, well, matter of fact, I know And I'll tell you how I know in a minute that somebody used filler primer on this when they did their weekend restoration job, because it's extremely thick, and you can see those little bubbles there. Maybe not. You can't see them, but I can. There's bubbles, and that's where the paint sucked down in at. So I did this little tester spot so I can show them what it looks like when you don't sand that stuff out smooth. Like right there, you can see where that paint's dipping down. Well, you probably can't because of the light, but I mean, that's nice and shiny. It is smooth. There's not a ton of orange peel in it for just spraying it with a rattle can real quick. A little gloss on there. Oh, that's cat yellow. I don't believe that's the exact numbers, but anyways, I know I can tell because I shot some filler primer into Frank trying to level out some spots, and then I shot primer over that thinking it was okay because it was extremely hard and didn't want to sand out, and then I end up taking the whole primer off and sanding all that stuff down because it was just so hard to paint over. And you can see little different runs in here. That's where you can, I mean, I don't know if you can see that or not where it's spotty. Maybe not because of the light, and that sucks because if you were here you might be able to see it. But basically where all of the dust is settling in is where that primer filler stuff is. So right here, if you can see the shiny spots right there, that's where the like the holes and stuff from that filler's out when they did their Mako job. But it's what it is. So that's why I'm not really necessarily too worried if I sand down into this stuff and I hit this gray. I know what it is. I'm just trying to get everything smooth to the touch. That way I don't have to worry about it. Got a little overspray from that, but it's what it is. It ain't no big deal. It's just rattle can that's been sitting around forever. Let's see, Rust-Oleum, Caterpillar yellow. Matches original equipment colors. So I just figured I'd do a test spot, that way I could show them when they come back. But I mean, I'm gonna probably slide around to the other side now and do that in a little bit once I dry that up. I need to take a break. I've been standing for a while on that ladder and on my feet. Doing that really doesn't take too long. Some of those you know, that body line is kind of not that easy to get with the orbital, but I'll go back through and hand sand the rest of that stuff out smooth, and then I've got to obviously use the patch stuff to fill that in. But yeah, you can see right here, that's all that body filler. So I mean, it comes out smooth, but we'll see what happens. I mean, worst case scenario, I slap yellow on, then I throw a shitload of clear over it and I smooth the clear out, wet sand it out. That's probably what's going to end up happening, because I don't really want to take too long. They're not going to care that much. I mean, they're probably going to look at that and be like, dude, that looks awesome. So I'll go get Noah and see what he thinks. But you know, we'll see. They're already going to freak out when they see the chuck sanded like this, because they've never seen anything like this, to be honest with you. I don't think any of them have. So we'll see what happens. Wednesday, hump day, our favorite day of the week. I had to get the 1-inch out because I'm taking off the bolts for that axle. I got that all unhooked. There's 2 bolts I can't get to break free. Probably gonna have to use some MAP gas on those, just put some lube on them. Middle chachi won't break them free. Middle chachi wouldn't break those free, so I had to bust that out with that new Quinn set I got from Harbor Freight. And it'll just turn off by hand now. So I'm just waiting for Donald. He's supposed to be here. It's after 10, so we'll see what happens. I mean, worst case scenario, I smack that bitch with a sledge, I peel it apart, and then I'll have to go get the socket for that, because I don't have it. Obviously he's supposed to have it, so he's supposed to bring it. But I mean, I'm at least going to tap it and try to pop it out so it'll start draining off. Drain the transmission. These little 4 bolts were kind of tight to get to, but I got that. I haven't peeled it off the seal yet. So, but I mean, and it's going to be tight because there is a little drain plug at the bottom, and these are these stupid cables that don't want to come free, so that might need heated up and stuff. Put a vice grip on that thing too. you know, wrench it around and stuff like that, because those just want to spin on you, and I don't want to necessarily trash those. I mean, if I had to, I could, and I could probably just get some metal U-bolts and throw on there, but I don't want that thing just hanging there while I'm trying to paint and do stuff. So it's one of those situations where it's what it is. But if we can twist that thing, if we can pull it off and twist it enough, we might be able to clear those bolts. So we'll see. I just don't want to trash those bolts up in threads, you know, and ruin the integrity of that if I have to. I mean, I can re-thread them, it's not a big deal, but I just want that plate to be able to go on and seal up, which I'll probably just have to use some gasket maker that I have in the truck and or over there that I brought down with me. So it'd be nice to get this taken care of, then I don't have to worry about this slinging no more, because that's the last thing I want, is that thing slinging on my nice fancy new paint job that I'm going to do on the frame. Well, I got most of this sanded out, so I do believe I showed you that yesterday, and there was a lot of scratches and stuff like that. I mean, Noah says it tells a story, a history, so we'll probably go from that. I'll wait for the guys to get back tomorrow, and we're gonna have a meeting sometime about what the paint and stuff like that. I know the code right there, but we'll see if we're gonna do anything special with it or not. This spot actually doesn't look too bad just for being rattle canned on there, to be honest with you. It's got a nice gloss to it right now. It does have a bunch of dust on it, but I mean, just wipe that off real quick, and then it's got a decent gloss sheen to it, and in the light it's not bad, but I mean, you can see the trash in there. And it's not my truck, so if they want trash in their paint, that's fine, but I mean, I'd hate to paint it and then be like, just paint it like that and we'll see what happens. And then I don't like it. I don't like to be critiqued by other people, because I critique myself worse than anybody else is going to. You know, it's just one of those situations, but I mean, it is their truck, so I'll do what they want me to. Other than that, you know, I'm just waiting on him, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so coming back to the job I'm doing today, Donald did stop in, but he had to go do something else. I've gotten the bolts, the nuts off, the bearings out, the race is still in. That guy right there. And I'm waiting for him to come out, because I'm not sure if we need to take this outer spike hubulator off or not, and where the seal's at. So I'm going over here, moving on to this. I've got a big old mess about to happen here. This pump was still full of fluid because I had drained the transmission, but this thing was still full. So I've got one bolt right there to take off. I'm going to take this off though, the shaft, the U-joints, but I need to cut this guy right here and pull this stuff out right here so I can crank that off. That'll loosen that up, and I should be able to slide that off. Got to do the same to that, because that has got two bolts holding it right now, and I'm just not going to drop it down. I think it would make sense to take that shaft out and do one piece at a time, because then I don't need to necessarily, I can just drop that down, I'm good, and then I can drop that. I'm pretty sure I can just drop this down without removing the tank. So basically that's loose, and that thing's just held on by that gasket right now because I haven't broke it free yet. But Donald did bring me a plate and the gasket for that, so once I get that off, I can put that on, and then bada bling bada bloom, we can throw some fluid in there. And he was in his semi, he's got some other, he had to go make a run, and I'm like, okay dude, no worries, that's fine, do what you got to do, because that's your money maker. And you know, this is just some extra stuff, but I'm happy to say that this is going to be off, and I'm going to have to dig this one out because it's got a shitload of grease on it. So, well, you know, everybody, I thought this was a clean truck too until I actually got it here and started digging around on shit. So you know how it goes. But I've got a mess I'm about to make, so I got to get that cleaned up, and I will come back with an update and maybe actually shoot some footage when we're doing that later. I don't know if he's camera shy or not, or if he cares, so we'll see. Okay, well, I'm back. I've got the gear off and the little shaft slid out on the one side. Tried to get them to both come off, but they wouldn't. And then I was able to finagle the tank enough to get that off, which was fine. This thing weighs a ton, so I was lifting it, holding on to it with one hand, then I was like, yeah, there's no way if I drop that thing's just gonna end up dropping on my foot. So I've got Noah out here to assist me. He is going to hold on to that. I'm gonna drop or pull that last bolt, and then he's probably just gonna slide it out and either pull it out if he can get it out, or he's just gonna lean over and drop it on the ground. And then I've got the rest of the stuff sitting over there for Donald. You've already seen that. I still need to put the plate on, which is fine. I'm just letting it sit there for a little bit and saturate. I still need to find 2 bolts to go in it because those ones are super long and they're obviously not going back in, and I'll give those to him for that. And then, you know, the other one should be on there, or somebody can find one somewhere, I suppose. But regardless, this is what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna stick you up over here so you can see it. I'll probably just time lapse it. Well, I'll probably just leave it running because it's literally gonna take like 2 seconds for me to undo the bolt and then him to do it. So we'll just leave it right here like this. That can run, you can get that set up. You wanna set it on the other side because our asses are gonna be right here.
Okay, yeah.
So if you wanna put it up over there to where it's shooting right down here,
I can't figure out how to put the tripod up.
I'll lift it up, slide it all the way out like this. Okay, see how heavy that is?
Yeah.
Grab right here. Right here is where you're, can you get down to it?
Yeah, I just don't want to be in your way.
No, you're fine. All I gotta do is screw this thing out. So do you have a hold of it? That's gonna move on you, because that's free.
But right here.
Okay, that's fine as long as you feel like it's good.
Yeah, I got
Okay,
it.
ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oops, it's going the wrong way. Okay, bada bling, bada bloom, just like that, folks. Oh yeah, he's manhandling it like a beast. Woo! How much do you think it weighs?
I would venture to say 60, 70.
60 to 80 pounds.
I don't know, it's dense.
Yeah, it's
It
thick.
might be more.
It is thick
dense.
because this is all cast. This isn't light by any means. So just basically it's going to get moved over to the other side now, over on that piece of cardboard where that gear is at. So that's off. No more PTO pump on the truck, no more wet kit, no more lines. The only thing that's still hooked up is the electrical line, which I can plug that into any 12 volt to where when you turn the truck on or you flip the lights on, that light will come on. I think that'll be cool. Other than that, it's good. So that's what's up. Thanks for Noah and his muscles. Sometimes I do need help. If not, I probably would have put a ratchet strap around it and slid the Cushman up to where I could have just backed it up and let it drop down, because I'm one guy and you know it's hard to do things as one guy, especially when something like that heavy is coming off the truck. But it's a good thing I've got my young friend and protege assistant Noah to help me out once in a while when I need it. He's learning a lot of stuff from me. And how do you feel so far?
The truck looks insane. Every time I talk about it, I say unbelievable, gorgeous, and insane, but that's all I can think of to describe it. I'm tickled. I can't wait to see this thing in its final form. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's what's up, folks. All right, good thirsty Thursday morning. And well, when you can't get the help you ask for and are told that you can do, you do things yourself, because well, obviously it's not that hard and I'm not that much of a dumbass. So pulled this off this morning because I Googled stuff. I got my smartphone out and I Googled it, and basically Google AI told me everything to do step by step. So, and I already had everything done. All I had to do was take those off. I took the big crowbar and just started wedging out. You can see we've got some rust jacking here that I'm gonna have to be really careful cleaning up. But obviously you can see where a leak was coming from, and down here on this seal. So I'm gonna peel this out very carefully and see if I can't find some part numbers for it, and then start calling around, see if I can get one, slap one back in. That way I can get this bad boy back in, because I got a list of things I need to do that I want to get done. I want this frame, I want those cleaned up and then primed, because I need to get to sanding the rest of the truck so it's done. And then tomorrow afternoon I'm probably gonna end up shooting that. Hopefully I can have all that stuff done by then, because I want to shoot that Friday, and then Sunday I want to let that dry for 2 days with 2 fans, big 2 industrial fans and the salamander on it, and then I want to shoot the frame Sunday, and then next Tuesday I'd like to shoot the cab. Whether it's primered first or the actual paint, we'll see what happens. Reed didn't seem like he cared too much about the garbage that was in the paint when I showed him last night, because they stopped in and brought me a Zephyr polishing kit for the tanks and the rims from Rainey's. They stopped in there and did a little shoot with Joel, which was cool. And most of the stuff, 95% of the stuff we're getting from the chalk, for the chalk in our build, is coming from them. All the add-ons and stuff like that, mud flat brackets, you know, the exhaust and things like that. So yeah, we had a list of stuff, and they just stopped in, and Reed said, hey, do you need anything? I said, grab me one of those polishing kits. I'd rather have it sooner than later, not wait on the shipping. That way I know I have it if it's here. If I have some downtime while I'm waiting for this stuff, I can start on the tanks, wait for paint to dry and stuff like that. So yeah, I just need to pull this out now and get the numbers, and then search for one and go find it, and then clean all that rust jacking up and throw it on. And now if I really feel frisky, I can do this one, but I mean, I know how to do it. So if it is an issue when we start driving the truck and get it back on the road, I know what to do. It's not that big of a deal. I can take it off and do it. So I learned something new. I did it by myself. I applied myself. That's the way you learn things if you want to learn stuff. And yeah, it's what it is. So I'm going to plop that out, and then when I come back and figure everything out and get that changed, I'll let you know. Let's do a quick one before I shut her down for the night, if you know what I mean. Got that all changed out with a little bit of FaceTime assistance from my buddy James Pretty, for the torque and stuff like that. You know, told me what to do for the bearings and shit. So that's all solid. Did that all by myself to make one run up to Felton's again. They had the seal I needed. But let's go upstairs really quick. Let me take you into the upstairs corridor. Not the VIP section, but the upstairs corridor. So basically, looks like somebody used some bathroom caulk on the top of this truck. Let me slide up under here really quick. Do some OSHA certified moves and get you a little bit closer on that. It's basically like white gunk that I'm scraping off, because I'm going to use some filler on that. Some of that, yeah, see that gummy right there? Straight pain in my ass. And I don't know why somebody would do that. It's all over the place here. And I don't think this is factory. I don't know, maybe it is. But I'm just going to use some of that putty glaze and fill that in. Make that nice and smooth so it looks like these other grooves and stuff. Because I don't like this. And this is garbage. And it's not going to hold up. So, yeah. It's a good time. It's a good time thanks to Chuck in the shop. But this thing is nice because it's higher than the other one. And I can get super high if I want to up here. Bird's eye view of everything. Boss is back. Just came back from a convention in Orlando where they were doing some stuff. But if anybody goes, uses Shell Rotella, I don't know if I talked about this or not, but here's the thing right here that you can get Shell Rotella oil change and enjoy up to $100 at Truck Parking Club. Get a qualified Shell Rotella T6 full synthetic oil change and earn $100 in club cash, and or qualifying T5 synthetic blend and earn $75 club cash. Redeem club cash for Truck Parking Club at that little QR code. So if you use Shell Rotella and you get your oil changed at a place that is in line with these guys, you can get club cash to where you can park for free at any of the Truck Parking Club locations. And I think they're up to 4,062 or something last time I seen. And that's peace of mind. You don't have to worry about the riffraff coming in the truck stops. And usually at those paid to park lots, you don't have to worry about trash. It's smelling like piss, bags of shit, anything like that. So keep that in the back of your mind anywhere you're out, or maybe you just need to drop a trailer for the weekend or park your rig for the weekend to be able to go home. Download the app. Check it out, see if that can help you out and save you some time and money and hassle from getting your shit hit at a truck stop, because I always like that too. But yeah, I'm just getting the top of the cab, and then I got a bunch of spots I need to hand sand here, and then I'm going to use that glaze and fill in any of the spots that I need to. And then I'm going to shoot it with primer because I did another tester spot for them with some different yellow, because I'm going to go to place in Rome, Georgia, and get some paint tomorrow for the cab. And I was showing them some of the pits and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to prime that. I thought about it, and then I called Tom, the guy that sent me the clear, and had the educated conversation with him about that, and he's like, yeah, dude, you might as well just prime over that stuff, because that'll fill in the bubbles and you can knock that down. I'm like, you're right. Because I asked him if there was any paint that would cover that up, or if I need to just, you know, prime it. And he's like, you should probably just prime it, because no paint's going to take to that. It's still going to bubble up and, you know, cause issues. So it's what I'm going to do. So the next time you see the truck, it may be all gray, because I'm going to just hump on this for a little bit, and then probably shoot that tomorrow, because I'd like to get the engine painted sometime tomorrow, let that dry for a couple days, and then shoot the frame on Sunday, because these can be primed up now because I cleaned them all up, just like this one. I needed to wait until this was I had air in the system, because there's a couple of these. There's one on this side and there's one on that side. I'd air the system up, I'd be able to hit the brakes, I'd be able to twist it around, and it's easier than trying to get down there on my hands and knees and under and having a bunch of shit slinging. So it's what it is. But yeah, I'll prime those up, and then I've got some stuff over there that I need to prime. I need to work on that air cleaner and prime that. That way Sunday I can shoot everything at once that I want to and be satisfied with the black, and then anything else that I need to do, I can just rattle can, because I did pick up from Tractor Supply Company today, 2 cans of each, International Red and the Gloss Black, which is exactly the same stuff that I have over there. And then that is going to be probably some Omni paint that I put on the truck, because that's what Tom suggested. He said it's like a single stage, so that'll be cool. And then once I get that done, next Thursday night I'm rolling out and headed to the house in a rental car, and I'll come back down and finish it up. We should have some stuff coming from Rainey's, and I have a few things coming from 4 states for the truck, so we'll be able to basically start building the truck, like the fun stuff that I like to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind this, but this is like tedious stuff, and I'm just trying to explain to them how much work goes into, prep work goes into painting, so you get a nice smooth, you know, paint job like Frank. And with this being a one solid color and not metallic, that metallic kind of hides some garbage here and there. But you know, they're not too concerned about hiding too much garbage, but I am, because I'm the one painting it, and my name's going to be on the truck somewhere, so we've already said that. So I'll give you updates. I'll continue to give you updates. I don't know how much camera work I'll do. I'm sorry I didn't do more of that. I just got back and was just doing it because I wanted to get it done, because I knew I had other things to do. So I'm like, I have a list of things right here that needs to be done, and yes, my handwriting's sloppy, but I've got a list of things that need to be done, so I need to start checking those off, because that's what I need to do. And I'll be happy once all that stuff's checked off and this thing's rolling out of the garage and we're shooting rollers and stuff and it's ready to go to Matt's. Evan was like, so you're not going to meet your deadline by Valentine's? I said, no, dude. He's like, are we going to be in trouble for Matt's? I said, absolutely not. So everything, all the hard work is done. I'm not worried about anything else. It's just painting and putting the thing back together, which I took it apart, so I'll put it back together just like I took it apart, one step at a time. Oh man, what's going on? Frisky Friday at the clubhouse, and I've got the moving ramp over here, cleaned some stuff up. Wanted to get rid of some of the clutter that was over here and make some room, because I don't need that stuff collecting dust while I'm getting ready to paint and shit like that. Went through and scuffed up all the spots that I needed to. There's still a bunch of stuff I need to pick off. Tried to get paint this morning, didn't work out, so I got no on it. He's getting a hold of some other people to try to find some stuff. But I've got this set up right now. I'd like to get this on, because I do want to still shoot this frame this weekend if I can. Because I did pick up a buttload of primer, because I'm going to have to do the cab. There's no way around it. At least to try to fill some of the spots and whatnot that are super nasty, and cover up some of those air bubbles and try to work those out before I actually lay paint. So I figured while I'm doing this, I'll get this thing on because I need it on before I paint. And I'm gonna have to spin that around because it looks like it is the wrong way, but it is on the moving cart, so that's not a big deal, which I'm glad I realized that now before we got it up there, because that would have been a big no-no. But Noah's gonna come and help me out, so I'm gonna spin that around really quick and throw a strap up there, and then we are going to get that thing where we need it to. And I'm not necessarily too worried about scuffing this, because once we're both on it, we'll be able to shove it forward to where it needs to go. And then once we get it up here, I'll throw a couple boards right here probably just to ease it up over so we don't scuff too much, and then we'll just lift it over there. It's not a big deal. It's not like it's the first time I've done it. You know, it's funny because there is a Sunbelt rental right over there, but I don't necessarily see any tow motors sitting out there, but I'm sure they have some. But yeah, still not doing it, not using an engine jack because, well, why when I got stuff? Because I'm resourceful and found it, so it's what it is. Well, just with that strap, I've got it up to there. Didn't want to stay on the moving cart, didn't figure it would go because that ramp. Went up to get Noah, but customer pulled up. Somebody wanted him to drop a trailer and showed him the info, but he's got to share the booking and stuff, so I start cranking on it in a blanket. This strap is kind of big and it's tearing into that a little bit, but that's okay. It's aluminum. It's just shining it up a little bit, and it's not damaging anything, and I'm not worried about nothing. Those legs are down if it needs it. It's just swaying in the wind. Not a whole lot of wind, but they're swaying. I got to keep on loosening this up and pulling it, but this thing ain't moving. It's just sitting on there, so I'm not necessarily worried about it sliding back or anything, because if you watched the first video when we took it down, we pushed it off the tires and it just stopped and we had to walk it down. So basically I'm just going to try and get it up to the top as far as I can, then wait until he comes out. We'll put some boards on here and we'll flip it over. I'll throw you on a time lapse though real quick before I stop, just so you can watch me crank some of this. That way you know for real I'm doing it without a forklift, without an engine jack, just a strap, a loading ramp, and yeah, elbow grease. Right on. How'd that go?
That was easy.
And I scuffed up the stuff a little bit, but that's no big deal. I can always touch that up before I paint it. Not really worried about it. It was better than trying to lift it because it was heavy and we were trying to shove it. And luckily I had him out here to muscle things up when I needed to get the boards out, but that's that. That is that. A loaded ramp is sweet, huh? I'm probably gonna throw it in the trailer now, get it out of here. This is on. I'm happy about it. At least I did something. I accomplished something today besides cleaning up my mess, so that's what's up. That is what is up. What'll happen tonight, I don't know. The day's so young, isn't it? Even though it's like 4 o'clock.
Is it 4?
I think so.
Yep, pretty much.
Damn right. Okay, that's what's going on, folks. It's Clubhouse on Friday, just doing stuff with what we got here. No, you're not going in the office. They'd fucking kill you. There's too many things. Listen, it's tight to write it in the office. Trust me. Wham. You like it?
Yeah. I mean, if it were a little higher, it's perfect. But yeah, I mean, so.
Yeah, there's one size bigger. That's the Evo. The other one's like $1,500.
How much is this one?
$7.99 right now on sale. Originally $12.99, and with my discount code, you could get it for $6.99.
Yeah, dude, these things are dope. I need one of these.
Yeah, to go to the bar and stuff.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And fuck all the doubters, they're just fucking downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.